Oh hey, how are you? Welcome to day 179 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings and to our stretchy, chill out relaxation day. Pull up a piece of ground, somewhere preferably comfortable with a mat or carpet or small cat, and let's just get on. Oh, birds. Okay. Just a chance to we've got a little bit of stiffness, I'm sure, in the legs from yesterday or from last session, so let's just get that out. And yeah, great. So if you're joining me with the playlist for day 179, 3, 2, 1, go. And we're just going to start sitting down and lying down. Good. Lengthen out through the head. Just take the time to let everything just sink its way into the ground. Relaxing the butt cheeks, softening over the jaw, over the sternum, and really letting those shoulder blades slide out sideways. And with the arms, just going to breathe in and then back out. Match the movement with the breath, so one's causing the other. So for example, you can imagine that as you're breathing in, it inflates the arms up, and as you breathe out, they come down. But also the action of drawing the arms up draws the breath into your body, and then as you bring your arms down, it just releases the breath back into the air. Good. Now as we're going out, we're just going to walk the feet down. Keeping that back relaxed into the floor and then back in. So the whole way we want the feeling of very gently, very, very gently bursting a balloon between the small of the back and the ground. Keep going. If you're finding you're tucking your chin upwards as you go, just remind yourself to tuck it towards the chest and just lengthen through the back of the neck. A couple more of these. Breathing in. Really let the breath inflate that area in the small of the back. Okay, cool. Now just really lightly, we're just going to slide the feet along the floor. And then bring them back in, making sure again, small of the back, relaxing into the ground. Shouldn't be stressful. Couple more of these. Good. Just let the legs lengthen out. I'm just going to alternate arms. Good. Bring them both up. Then we're going to squeeze down to the side, down. Now, if you find it's uncomfortable to have our hands running along the ground, just take them slightly in front of your body. Good, and then bring the knees up, and then lengthen out. You can run them along the floor if you want to, if you prefer not to have quite so much work. It shouldn't feel too stressful here. We just want to relax out the small of the back. So if you're feeling strain, by all means, drag the feet along the ground or even just go back to walking them out. Good, staying up there. And without squeezing forwards, just do gentle circles. Now really let that back release into the ground. So to help that, think about relaxing along the lower abdomen, over the sternum, soften the jaw, and the back of the neck. To help soften the back of the neck, think about relaxing over the thoracic inlet or where the larynx is. Your larynx is not in your thoracic inlet, I meant thoracic inlet or where the larynx is. And just circle the ankles here with the legs bent. And go the other way. You think about relaxing unusual places too, like the maxilla, so over the top of the lip. And the earlobes slide down the sides of the neck. Good. And now just allow the weight of the arms just to encourage a slight stretch. Don't pull the legs in. Just allow it to give you a little bit of traction to help release. Breathing deep into the belly. Lovely. Just put those legs down, arms out to the side. Deep breath in. On the outward breath, let them fall over to one side and look down the opposite arm, keeping both shoulders on the floor. And just let gravity do the work here. Relax. Keep the breath going deep into the belly. Now just take your mind into the area where we're sort of working, which is over the butt and the thighs and the back. And find all the secret areas of tension where you're holding onto the legs. And just say, no, 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 I don't need you now. Thank you, but no. Good, deep breath in. Use outward breath to move the legs across to the other side. Looking down the opposite arm. And again, once you settle, just take yourself around the legs and go, hey, you areas of tension, don't need you, thanks, but no. Good, deep breath in, breathing out, come back up. Bring the legs back up again and gentle circles. Keep having that awareness of the small of the back in the floor. You can even think that as you're moving the legs around, you're actually massaging the small of the back. So let it go. And go the other way. Opening up the back of the neck, all the way down between the shoulder blades. Feel like the shoulders can spread further and deeper into the floor. Good, and let's just pull those toes back, and we're just going to not do a full stretch. We're just going to bring the feet towards the ceiling, and we'll do our bird feet, pigeon toes and duck feet. Really get the sense this is coming right from deep in the hip sockets. So it's not the ankles, it's not the knees. You're rotating through the whole of the legs. If you want, you can place your hands over the sort of the tops of the thighs and just remind yourself it's the hips that I'm rotating here. Now just indulge in the outward duck feet and see if you can feel a nice stretch is happening across the small of the back. And then in. Good. Legs back down and circle. Keep that relaxation across the sternum. Always have a curiosity to go around the rest of the body because those tensions are cheeky. They'll come back in. Beautiful. We'll just pop one leg over the other and really lightly just open up through the hip. May have some tension across there. Good. Bringing the legs up. And we're not going to go into a full stretch just yet. Just do a little circle. So if holding onto the shin gives you too intense a stretch, just relocate the hands to behind the thigh instead. Good, and then circle the other way. Just teeny tiny circles here, nothing aggressive. laid down, use the hands just to help stretch out through the hip. So place the hands right near the hip joint, push them out. Just breathe into that. And while you're giving yourself that intention, just help yourself out by then trying to relax the muscles around it. Good, back to just opening and closing. And now we'll bring the leg in and just settle into a stretch. So lengthen the sacrum out behind you. Again, just let gravity do the work. Don't force it, no. Lengthening out the top of the head. Go back, soften across the sternum, the jaw, front of the throat and back of the throat, back of the neck. Sides of the butt cheeks. And let the ribs melt into the mat. Good. Place that leg down. So if you're stretching, if your left leg's on top, move towards the left hand side and just relax down over that side. Again, let gravity do the work. Good, lengthen out the underside leg and uncurl, and let's pop the other leg on top and lightly open up through the hips. At the moment I've got a song playing that's telling me I'm not getting any younger. I don't know which of you are on my playlist, but so apt for stretching out sore legs. Age means nothing. It's more about how long you've left it before you've moved your body. And if you're older, then chances are you probably had more time to leave your body without having moved it. So the moral of the story is keep moving. It's almost like as if medical advice says that. Okay, let's just, oh yeah. So again, small circles. Just small circles, nothing too extreme. And the other way. Good, and then just pop it down, just open up a bit again. And using the hands, just lengthen out that joint. Oh yeah. And consciously relax the muscles around it. Be nice to yourself here. It's not about like cranking it and going, ah, you will be more stretched. Just giving yourself an opportunity to open up. So be kind to yourself, remember that. Alright, good. Let's now bring it in, have a bit of a stretch. It's the same with all these stretches where I often talk about going above the region where you feel uncomfortable, so well within your range of comfort, and then just relaxing into it, breathing into it. Don't like get angry at your body and go, why are you not stretching? Like, it's got a good reason for not stretching today or any other day. That's okay. So we want to just give it an opportunity to release rather than force it. Beautiful. Pop that leg down and take yourself over to the side of the raised leg. Just the butt, shoulders stay where they are. And let's just relax down, locking down the arm. And both legs in. Circle. Should be able to get a bigger range of circle now without too much stress. And the other way. Good. One last hug now. If you want to put a bit more engagement through the stretch, you should have a bit more range of motion to do that. Good. Pull the toe back on the left leg. Push it up towards the ceiling. Lengthen the other leg out. Yes, the nerve stretch. Oh, I crept that one up on you, didn't I? And lifting the hand behind, just point the toe and encourage the knee towards the opposite wall. Lengthen the opposite leg out, don't let it rise up. Make sure your neck is lengthened on the floor. All the things. Now, very gently, just ease back a bit, and now super gently just start to flex the foot, but listen closely to what's happening in your leg. Then when you feel comfortable with it, then if you want to re-engage that stretch a bit, do. Good, bend the knee, give it a wiggle. So again, I'm wiggling the hip joint. Good, all right, other foot. Pull the toes back, lengthen the up, make sure the other leg lengthens out. Heel towards the ceiling, toes this way, it's dynamic, keep going. Oh, it's so good for you. Yes, what a thing. Good, relax that up and just gently stretch. With the toe point, it doesn't have to be aggressively pointed, it's just that rather than being flaccid, just want to lengthen out through the top of the toes. Make sure the opposite hip is working its way down into the floor. All right, good. Just pull back a little bit, super gently. Start to flex the foot. And then when you know you're safe, just pop the leg back to a comfortable stretch. Yes, a comfortable stretch. Good. Bend the knee and wiggle up through the hips. All right, good. Feet up. Just let that back find the connection with the floor. Gently bring the legs out to the side. If you start to feel the back arching off the floor, that's where you stop today. Otherwise, if you can, try and get the legs to go out to the place where they naturally stop. Do that. And then just give yourself a little wiggle. Keep that connection of the back with the floor, lengthening out the back of the neck. Soften the jaw. Soften the sternum. The back of the neck. That little cheeky bit under the armpits. And the flexors. Hip flexors. Lovely. Using our hands, hug your legs back in. Wow, that's helping with the atmosphere. Oh no. Good. Just start doing some cat cows. Okay, good. So arching up and down. Good, and then slow it down and down. Hi, Rupert. Rupert's sitting on the couch and staring at me. Good, stay up there and just wiggle the butt. Remember, we're lifting the bone towards the ceiling. The bone's up. Don't be dodgy. Good, and back into a child's pose. Just lengthening out the fingertips. Many apologies for the sound effects.
go with the left hand side. Good, back to the right hand side.
Feel free to turn down the volume on your on your device if that. Maybe you can't hear as loud as I can. There's a very loud
Background machine happening right now. Good, coming up.
and we're just gonna do a rotation. So in and then up. Match the breath. And there's a text. Wow, all the sounds are happening. Wow. Keep going. Wow. How to be a pro on day 179, hey? Oh dear. Good, just changing arms, going in. Match the breath, doesn't matter which one you do, which one's inside and which one's out. Just do one breath with one movement, so either in on the way down, out on the way up, or vice versa. Good, and then hands down back into the child's pose again.
Lengthening out, fingers gently pull back against them, let the shoulder blades slide down towards the floor. Chunky tucking the chin slightly.
Good, coming back up. And just take yourself onto an open diamond. And just scooping the chest upwards and forwards, we're just going to wiggle the knees into the floor. So we should be getting more of a stretch along the small of the back and the backs of the legs, not in the inner thigh. If you are getting in the inner thigh, take the feet further away from you. And I'm not hunching over, I'm sending that chest up. Not the chin, the chest. If you really want to get that right into the back, it's a sort of a scooping feeling. Good, then just hold there, keep that scooping feeling going up. You can push down on the elbows if you want to get a bit more of a stretch. Good, breathe out and to come up. Bring the feet in and nice butterfly flutters. Lovely, then just leaning forwards, again the same scooping feeling, lengthening through the top of the head. Good, then tucking the left leg under, the right leg over the top, left arm over the top. Oh, sit up, look around, use this elbow if you want to help increase the stretch. Bottom leg can be outstretched if you like. Good, and then changing legs over. Good stuff. All right, taking ourselves to sit with one leg out, so you can either have this leg tucked in, or if you like, you can have it tucked out there. And we're just going to flex and then point the toe. Nice and easy. Good. Now keeping it relaxed, just start to kind of worm your way down. So I'm just really slightly oscillating my center from side to side as I start to take my chest upwards and forwards, reaching down. And keep these movements really light. I'm not jerking them. Keep going until you find yourself reach just above your comfort level, and then stretching out. I also like to kind of wiggle through the thorax, just, I don't know, help settle my way down. And remember, it's not about trying to get down the leg, it's about just trying to find a place until you find a stretch. Now in this position again, just pull back a little bit, and then we're just going to lightly flex and point again. Good, then keep it flexed, and if you can reach the ball of the foot and want to give it some traction, then do that. Good. Now the outside arm, reach it through the middle and use the elbow against you to turn your ribs outwards and stretch over. If you can reach down the leg and you want to grab the foot or the outside of the leg, do that. Good, use that out breath to come up. And just uncurl, bring your leg up and give it a bit of percussion. And button below the knee. All the way down the leg. And shake out the ankle like you're trying to get some money out of it. Lord knows, we need it. Alright, good, other leg. So again, tuck it either in front or behind. Using the chest, we're just going to worm our ways down. Foot just relaxed. Oh no, hang on, sorry, missed this bit. Point and then flex. Oh. Good, now we're going to go down. And just find a bit where you're comfy and just relax down, breathing into that. Have a curiosity about other muscle areas, like what happens if you relax the back of your neck while you're here, or over the sternum, or softening the abdominal muscles. Good, now come back a little bit, and again, just gently pointing and flexing. Good. If you can reach the foot and want to get some traction, then do. And then coming up, just through the arm through. And reach over, so turn yourself around, reach over. And if it can be enough just to be here. So you want to get a stretch down the back of the leg and also down the ribs. If you can reach the foot and want to get some traction, then do. Good, hands down, use that outward breath to come up. And give your legs some friendly percussion. Remember, work down. So don't run up and down the leg. When you want to go up again, just take the hands away from the leg and replace up higher. 20 down the knee. And down the leg. Oh, get the money out of your foot. Alright, we're going to stretch out the quads by going into the balls of the feet if you want to. If that doesn't work for you for your knees, we can do them here like this. Otherwise, I'm just going to come up onto the balls of our feet. And hands behind. Oh yeah. And stretch out the knee towards the floor. Really think about lengthening through this side of the body, this hip's going up. Now very gently we're just going to move that leg from side to side. Really small motion, only a couple of centimeters. Make sure you're not feeling any pressure on the small of your back. If you are, just pop the chest down a bit. Good, let's change legs over. Soften the other parts of your body, the jaw, diaphragm, underneath the shoulder blades, back of the neck. Unclench your butts. Good, and then we're just going to move from side to side. When I say unclench your butts, I mean because there's multiple people, not because you have multiple butts. Just to be clear. I mean, you might, and that's fine if you do, but yeah. Alright, good, sitting down, and again, some percussion. Good, turning around. Hands under shoulders, feet under, knees under hips, and just walk yourself gently through a down dog, lifting the butt super high. Really feel like now you're pistoning from the hip all the way, so you're trying to almost bury that heel into the ground. And just take it across the body so we get a little bit of a stretch down the side of the body and the hips. Again, still feeling that pistoning motion from the hips. Good, settle the heels down and just lift the butt towards the ceiling. Try and put the thighs on the wall behind you. Breathing through the stretch, lengthening through the neck. Good, bend the knees and just come into a crouch, hanging the head over. And just take the feet out wide. If you can, put the weight on the heels too, and then just stretch out the small of the back by and the inner thigh by just pushing further out with the elbows. I'm glad I could bring the calm ambience from my place to yours by the background drone, which has been used for many centuries to help instill a feeling of calm, quiet, comfort, and peace. Rock forward, so you've got your hands on the floor. Come up into an A-frame and just hang over, working through the shoulders. And gentle swings. And just small twisty bounces. And then just hands down, popping out one hip then the other. Good, bend the knees, either by breathing out or breathing in, rolling up through the spine. Just be gentle with the head coming up. And to finish off, just some gentle body rotations. Keep the weight in the center, keep the weight on the balls of your feet as well. When I say weight in the center, I mean don't shift your body weight from side to side. Imagine you're spinning on a stake, and I mean like a stake through the body, not a meat steak. Really relax the muscles on top of the shoulders. So the area from the earlobes to the tops of the shoulders, let that lengthen each time you go. You can imagine your arms are like pizza dough, and as you're spinning right from the center of the spine and the center of the sternum, the arms are getting longer and longer and longer, just stretching out. Good, now just keep the head and the hips facing forward, so it's just the shoulders rotating, still lengthening. Really let go of conscious control of the arms. They're not going to do anything. We're just put your awareness in the shoulders, that's all you're thinking about, and let the arms do their own thing. Good, I'm just going to roll down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in to look forward and lengthen. And back down. Just a couple of those in your own time. And then rolling up. Rolling through the shoulders. Just to the elbows. And out. Going forwards. And forwards. Good. All right, lovely. Great. I'll see you tomorrow for core day. I'm excited to see what amazing things are happening outside. Until then, please be kind to yourself and be kind to others. That's love.